Hello and welcome to this English 101 class online. I'm glad that you can join us in this new format. I know that we are in an unprecedented moment in history, so I appreciate your flexibility as you work toward finishing your education. And I know that this is not necessarily an ideal time to be trying to pursue your studies, so I am here to help. My name is Amy Wortley. I'm going to be your professor for this spring term online. So if you have questions, if this is your first time taking an online class, if you thought this was going to be in person, like most of us did, and it's now switched to the online form, there is a bit of a learning curve with Canvas, and being motivated in an online learning environment can sometimes be a little bit tricky in terms of getting things done by deadlines and stuff like that. So I want to show you a couple things that Canvas offers us to help us stay on track, so you can get an idea of what your quarter is going to look like, how to plan out your time, and how to be successful, because a lot of recent studies in educational psychology have told us that there are two primary things that separate successful students from non-successful students. And those things are not IQ, it's not what classes you've taken in the past, it's not even what grades you've earned in the past. The things that set successful students apart from unsuccessful ones, the two major things, are time management and the ability to network. And so we're going to be trying to do both of those in this class. I want to give you a lot of tools to manage your time wisely and well, so that none of these due dates are a surprise, that you're ready and able to turn in your work on time to get your maximum amount of points. And networking, being able to create working relationships with each other, so that if you have questions, you can reach out to your peers, you can get their perspective, potentially you can get them to review your essays, you can get help with different class content from the perspective of your peers. And that's a great thing to be able to do as you're trying to find success in academia. So those are the two things that really separate successful students from unsuccessful ones. And so I want to make sure that we are equipping ourselves in a way that's going to set us up for success. So to kick that off, I want to walk us through Canvas a little bit here. Most of you should be familiar with Canvas in its most basic form. It's not going to change a lot in this online learning environment. You're just going to have to do more stuff online instead of turning in paper copies in class. So if you click on the home page, this will orient you to what we're going to be doing. The announcements tab is going to be very helpful to you, as this class is done primarily online. And so at the beginning of each week, I'm going to be posting an announcement for you. This announcement will tell you what we're going to be doing this week. It's going to talk a little bit about the concepts we'll be discussing, and it will remind you of some due dates. And so this is a great place to check in every Monday to make sure that you're ready for the week and have everything you need to turn in work or know what kind of questions to ask. This is going to be a great resource for you. So every Monday, I'll be posting to the welcome announcements here, so do make sure to read those as you get your week started. The assignments tab is helpful as it tells you all of the major assignments for this class. You'll see that we have a lot because it's a whole quarter worth of assignments, right? So we've got a lot of work we're going to be doing together. Do make sure to pay attention to those due dates, familiarize yourself with what's coming up, and do make sure to reach out with questions before a due date if you're not sure how to complete the assignment effectively. We are going to be having discussions in this class. I am still building in discussions, so new discussions might pop up periodically as we get into maybe a topic that people were confused about. I might create a discussion to help clear that up for us. If there's some topics where we have some really good ideas I want to dig into more deeply, we might also see another discussion board appear. But for the most part, the discussion boards you're seeing here are going to be what we're doing for this quarter. I am reserving the right to adapt to our class needs, so there may periodically be a new discussion board, and I'll send you an alert about that if it happens, if there's something that we need to get into a little bit more deeply in terms of talking about ideas or clarifying concepts. Grades, we all care deeply about, so if you click on your grades, you'll be able to see what scores you've earned for each of your assignments. Grading, I typically try and get things back within 2 weeks. If it's longer than 2 weeks, please feel free to touch base with me and see what questions you have. But normally it takes about 2 weeks turnaround, especially on the major assignments like essays. The syllabus has all of the class-specific information you need to be successful here. The English Composition Department syllabus is full of a lot of legalese. It tells you what kind of expectations the department has. And so that deals more with classroom conduct, with disability resources. All of that good stuff is available for you in the department syllabus. The syllabus addendum is specific to our class. And so if you download that and open it up, as it is slowly opening now, you'll see that we have a lot of great resources here for you in our syllabus. And so you'll see that we have some required texts. The required text for this class is Murder on the Orient Express. I'm going to be making Eats, Shoots, and Leaves recommended, but not required. So Murder on the Orient Express, great novel by Agatha Christie. You can order it online from Amazon. I think it's about $8. So if you go to Amazon, I know that their fulfillment services are very busy right now. Murder on the Orient Express, you can go ahead and click on Amazon. The copy, if you want page numbers that correspond with my page numbers, you're going to be wanting the Murder on the Orient Express book version. This one will work well for you. The mass market paperback is $6.98. If you want to get it right away and you don't want to have to wait for shipping, as sometimes can take a little bit of time, you can order it to Kindle, either an actual Kindle device or on your smartphones. You can download the Kindle app and get the book right on your phone. So if you don't want to wait for shipping, or if shipping seems like it's going to take too long, you can download the book electronically. So it's available both ways for you there. As we continue to look at our syllabus, I want to call attention to our grading policy. Now is the time to think about what grade you need to get in this class, not finals week. Because by the time we get to finals week, we're out of time, right? Like, all the assignments are graded, there's no more points available, so at that point it's really too late to try and make any meaningful changes to our grades. So if you know that you're getting into a competitive program like nursing or dental hygiene, any of the engineering fields, and you know that you need a really high grade point average in order to get into the program you want to be a part of, now is the time to think about that grade. So you can see that in order to get a 4.0, you need to get within 95 to 100% in the class. That's a high bar. And that's not a bar that I personally am setting. That is the English department bar. So if you know that you need to get an A in this class, now is the time to work towards that. So some tips to earn an A: make sure everything is submitted on time. Make sure you submit every assignment. And if you have questions about assignment, if you don't know how to complete it successfully, reach out before the assignment is due. Because I can help you after it's due, but we do have a late work policy I'm going to be talking about in a minute. And so you will be losing points for each day something is late. So if you have questions, the time to reach out is before it's due. As you scroll down, you'll see that we have attendance and class participation. As this is an online class instead of an in-person class, 5 unexcused absences is going to look a little bit different because we're not physically in a room together. So 5 unexcused absences is 5 major assignments missed without any discussion with me. So if you send me an email and say, hey, life has gotten crazy, I got called in for extra shifts at work, or I'm at home trying to homeschool my children and things are just not going well, I feel you, absolutely. I have 2 very small children, 2-year-old named Rosie and 8-month-old named Charlie, who I love dearly. You can see that's not my normal decor in the house. The ABCs are for the children. So I understand that this is not an ideal time for learning. There are so many demands on our time that maybe we don't normally have when we're trying to pursue our education. So That being said, if you know something's not going to get turned in on time, send me an email, let me know what's going on. I'll get you information, I'll get you support. There may still be late work penalties, but we can work together to help you be successful. So 5 unexcused absences is if you miss 5 major assignments, essays, annotated bibliographies, thesis worksheets, outlines, those big things that we're doing in class that are worth significant points. If you miss those with no communication, then that's going to count as unexcused absences here. So make sure, if you're struggling, to reach out. Course policies and expectations. You can always email me if you have questions, or you can talk to me through Canvas. There is a late policy, as I've mentioned a couple times, for stuff. If you want to earn full credit, it does need to be turned in on time. If you turn it in late, I do accept late work, but 10% of the total point value will be lost for each day it's late, including weekends. So if you've got an essay that's worth 100 points and you turn it in 2 days late, the maximum amount of points you can get is 80 points, right? Because you're going to be losing 10% per day. After 10 days, you would go into the negative realm. So instead of giving you negative points, I'm just not accepting work after 10 days. So if you have any questions about that, reach out, but that is our late work policy. If you do want to submit work late, you do need to send me an email letting me know that you will be submitting work after the due date. We do have a couple in-class writing assignments. Because we're not meeting in class, this means timed essays done in Canvas. And so we are going to be having a diagnostic essay, a midterm essay, and an exit essay in that form. Once the due date on those has passed, those timed essays will close, and you will need to reach out to me via email if you want me to reopen them for partial credit. And here's a rundown of our essays. We're going to be doing a diagnostic essay. You're going to be writing that at the end of our first week together. You're going to read 3 articles and then answer some questions. And I'll be putting a video up about that in the modules tab, so check that out in our diagnostic essay modules folder. That'll walk you through the process. Project 1 is going to be using Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express novel, so you will need to get that novel soon in order to be successful with that. Project 2 is going to be about trial by media, looking at logical fallacies and types of bias in the way that we talk about criminal cases. Project 3 is going to be a cultural bias essay, looking at how biases can impact our understanding of culture and how different cultures relate to one another. We are going to be doing some research for Project 3, so you're going to be having an annotated bibliography you must complete for that assignment. We are going to be having an in-class exit essay as well. That means timed on Canvas. We will have some library learning opportunities in the online environment. We're going to be doing that through Canvas later on in the term. And then we will have exercises, peer editing, different kinds of assignments that will be worth some points as well. And finally, our class conduct policy, be respectful, discuss things in an adult manner, be open to alternative perspectives as we go through our information, because we really do benefit from listening to each other's ideas and perspectives because it expands our own understanding of a topic. And finally, the incomplete policy. Incomplete grades are only assigned under exceptional circumstances. Most of the time, that's being called to active military service is about the only time I've ever seen an incomplete offered in the English department. So if you have questions, please reach out. Make sure you read through the syllabus, orient yourself to the materials, and we'll be good to go. The last thing I want to show you just real quickly here is our modules tab. And the modules will help you because they have everything you need for this. So our diagnostic essay we talked about, everything you need is linked for you here, the prompt, the rubric, PowerPoint talking about it, and all of the articles. Everything for Project 1 listed for you here, Project 2, Project 3, etc. So please click around Canvas. The Canvas homepage has information, tutorials to help you get ready to go in this class. So if you have any questions, reach out. I'm here to help, and I'm looking forward to going through this quarter together in this online environment. Stay safe, stay home, and stay healthy.